Hey guys, I hope y'all have had a great Tuesday today. I'm Christina Levins from Faith and Hope Realty, coming at you from Northwest Florida. So today's video is going to be on avoid Milton, Florida unless you can handle these 5 things. Oh my goodness. So what are those 5 things? First off, Southern hospitality. I'm sure you can tell my voice. I'm pretty Southern, born and raised from Milton, Florida. This is my home. A lot of people are like, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from Milton. I'm originally Milton. So some people don't realize, some people do, but I came from the country portion of Milton. When you hear Florida, you think beaches. Well, that's not totally true. We have everything. And, you get a hold of some real Southern people like myself and big time hunters. You got hog hunters, you got coon hunters, you got all kinds of hunters. And you've got people that do horses. You've got people that do Jeeps. We've got some awesome Jeep clubs, by the way. And then you've got the beach portion. So you have such an array of people, and it's so diverse. It's amazing. And you get to really learn about people. But one great thing, even if they ain't from here, you still get that Southern hospitality. North Florida is one of the only places in the world where you go north and get more Southern. So that's us. We're Southern. And when you go in somewhere, you can expect people to hold doors for you. You can expect people to usually let you out in traffic, even if it's bad. And you expect people to say hi. You expect people to wave. Going down the road, waving at everybody, especially people you know. So there's just a different type of Florida that a lot of people don't see. So if you can't handle Southern hospitality, you may not want to move here. But I tell you, if you can handle it, it's amazing. It's the best thing in the world. And it makes a place home. It really does. Another thing, unless you can handle moody weather, today it might be cold. Tomorrow it might be hot. One day it might be rainy. It may be cold and rainy. It may be hot and rainy. It may be humid. You may have the day start as freezing cold, get hot in the middle of the afternoon, start pouring, and it's so humid you go, I can't breathe. So we have moody weather. Now, there's sometimes where it's going to be hot and it's going to rain in the afternoons for a few hours. We'll have a nice hard shower, awful thunder and lightning. Now, this happens every year. Always take cover inside if it's lightning. I used to not care, but now I care after some unfortunate events from the lightning. So always remember, and also the Weather Channel does not always know best. The other day, I looked at the Weather Channel and it said it was clear as day, beautiful and sunny outside, but the view outside said otherwise. And I say the Weather Channel as a whole of all weather stations. I'm not saying the Weather Channel in particular, AccuWeather, all that you usually have on your phone that you look at is kind of where that's covering. But we have incredibly moody weather. Right now, it might be cool, but in just a few minutes, it may be hot. We have very humid weather. My hair, if it's not rainy and it's wintertime, usually it's drier in the wintertime. So as long as the humidity's not too high, my hair stays straight somewhat. If it's incredibly high humidity, it curls straight up and I can't do anything with it, so I go for a curly day. So we have very moody weather, which means I have very moody hair. So if you struggle with your hair, I'm sorry. That's, something we have to deal with. But like I said, during summertime, you may have a beautiful day, but usually plan for an afternoon shower. And those afternoon showers could get pretty gnarly looking. And then now last summer, right before fall, it was pretty awful, and we had some of the worst weather we've had. But generally speaking, we have those afternoon showers that are thundering and lightning and pouring rain and sound like World War III is coming. But 2 hours later, it's beautiful and sunshine outside again with a bunch of humidity and heat. So that's just our weather. I got nothing. I guess tropical. Now, the further south you go, the more consistent that weather's going to get, or that it's going to be hot. So further south, it's just going to be hot all year. You don't have a winter. And if you do, it's going to be a nice winter. But yesterday, I'm outside freezing cold, but that's last night. And just an hour or two before, I was outside in a short sleeve shirt. So I may go from short sleeve to long sleeve to a jacket. And sometimes I may start out the morning in a short sleeve, and by the middle of the day, I'm in a heavy jacket. So it does not make up its mind. Sometimes it drops by the middle of the day, but other times it's like a million degrees. And that's another thing. Our weather does not feel cool if it's hot. So if it's 90 degrees outside, it's going to feel like 300 degrees outside because of the humidity. Maybe not quite 300, but it's going to be hot. So 90 is more like 100. 100 degrees, yes, it gets to 100 degrees. I've gotten in my truck and it been 102, 103 as I'm driving down the road after it's had time to cool off. Before then, it was 110 to 120. So when you're just standing in that sun's beating down, it's brutal. So that's our summertime temperatures. I think last summer was possibly more extreme, and you couldn't bear to go outside because as soon as you open the door or even think about going outside, you're soaked because it is so hot. The third thing that you don't move to Milton, Florida if you can't handle it is the central location. Centrally located to everywhere. Love it. 20 minutes from the beach, 20 minutes from the forests, 20 minutes from the big city, 20 minutes from doctor's offices, or you get everything you need right there in Milton at local businesses. It's so centrally located. It's a short drive to wherever you need, but you're still out in the country. So it's amazing. The fourth thing, if you can't handle traffic. Now, Milton, Florida is going to have a much lower amount of traffic than, say, Crestview or Pensacola or these larger cities. Crestview is awful, by the way, about 2:50, 3 o'clock. It's awful. Can't make it through hardly. So Crestview is about 30 or 40 minutes. It was 39 miles the other day from down there by Glover Lane in Milton to Crestview. So the traffic in Milton is definitely a lot less than these bigger places, but you still have some traffic that you got to deal with. And any amount of traffic to me is too much traffic. I'm very southern. I want to be on back roads. I do not care to go through town if I ain't got to. So you will see me taking as many shortcuts and ways to avoid red lights I possibly can. I've always done it. Another thing about Milton, hometown eateries. If you can't handle hometown eateries, you don't want to be in Milton. You've got Aces. You've got Cisco's. Those two places are very close together, and they're both locally owned and hometown businesses that make, oh man, the best food ever. If you can't handle that, I don't know. But then you've got the Blackwater Bistro. I've never personally gone there, but I've heard that it's really good. It's a very popular place right there on the boardwalk in Milton. So you could go eat at the Blackwater Bistro and then go enjoy the boardwalk and look at the Blackwater River. You've got ice cream shops that are local. I think Scoops is local. I think Boomerang Pizza is still open, local place. So, and then Casas. Now that Casas is really good. If you want some seafood, you go to Casas. And then David's Catfish House. It's not as local, but still, it's got the best food. They've got great seafood, great fish. But now, if you want some good mullet, some people call it trash fish. I call it mullet. We love mullet. We'll go out to the bay and catch some up, bring them home, fry them up. Man, that is so good. But if you want some, go to Cisco's. They have days where they got mullet and catfish and they fix it perfect. But also, David's Catfish House makes perfect fish as well, fried. And their coleslaw is the only coleslaw that I eat. I'm not a picky eater, but I only eat David's Catfish House coleslaw. They're the best I've ever had. And put some salt and pepper on it. And they have crackers at the table. Use one of them crackers. You can't beat it. And my 2-year-old loves their coleslaw as well. But my kid eats everything. And things that I wouldn't expect a kid to eat, she eats. So whenever I'm like, I don't know, she'll probably surprise us. We'll feed it to her. You know, that's what she does. I've got nothing she likes dressing already, and green bean casserole and all those things that takes us years to develop a liking for. She eats already. So when we go to these places and hometown eateries, she eats whatever. So that's just a few of the great things about Milton, that most of them I like, some of them I don't. Traffic, don't care for. The weather is just so haywire, but you do get to experience all 4, 5. I think Florida actually comes up with other seasons. Milton does, at least. So whatever season that it's in the mood for. So that's a great thing. You get to experience them all. So y'all have a great day, and stay tuned for next week's video.